Hey, what is up, my people? It is Justin with Sillage Scents. It's been a very busy season, very full work, family, etc. But I've been getting in some awesome fragrances, and I thought I've really got to get some videos out. So I've got a really good one for you. We're going to be talking about a phenomenal clone of Parfums de Marly LAYTON EXCLUSIF. You're going to want to stay tuned for this one. As we get going, let me know, have you tried LAYTON EXCLUSIF? What do you think? It's quite different in some ways from the original. And have you tried any clones? I know of 3, I believe. And from what I understand, this one is the best that I've heard of anyway. So let me know in the comments if you've heard of it. Please like the video. And if you haven't subscribed yet, come on and join us for the journey. I've got videos coming out every couple days. All right, so the fragrance that we are talking about is a Fragrance World clone, and it's called Anaqeed, and it's a clone of LAYTON EXCLUSIF. Now, I have not worn LAYTON EXCLUSIF for about 6 months, so I'm not able to do a side-by-side, but what I'm going to give you is my memory of LAYTON EXCLUSIF and comparing it to the LAYTON DNA in general. I remember when I tried LAYTON EXCLUSIF, I was immediately impressed. I loved it because you've basically got LAYTON with some notes kind of engulfing or kind of blanketing the fragrance that are unique. You've got some oud, you've got some coffee, you've even got a castoreum note, which is an animalic note. And whenever I sprayed LAYTON EXCLUSIF on, and after it set on my skin for a while, it does develop significantly. But what you notice right away is those darker, richer, even slightly animalic notes are very prominent even in the opening. But then as it sort of settles down, it's like those notes settle down into that beautiful, vanilla, spicy, gourmand, apple, LAYTON DNA. And so they kind of sit on top of that sweet, gourmand, LAYTON, even a little aromatic LAYTON DNA, and they kind of flavor the fragrance from there on out. I wish I could do a side-by-side. Maybe I can do that in a future video, but here's what I can tell you about this one, Anaqeed. I was concerned because I thought, to get those kinds of notes, oud that is pretty discernible, and even castoreum that's supposed to give a slight animalic touch, this could be a disaster. There was a cheaper LAYTON EXCLUSIF clone I had my eye on for a while, but I wanted to wait until there was one that came out that I was hearing very good things about, and that's what this one is. And right when I sprayed it on, I smelled it, and immediately the oud, the coffee, the castoreum, very sort of resinous vibe as well. That almost reminds me of leather. I don't think there is leather in this fragrance, but it definitely will give you a leather vibe. What you're going to notice is those notes are definitely there, and they're quite prominent even in the opening. But they're not, this is not a fragrance that is off-putting. It's not something that is going to make me nauseous, which some sort of animalic or overly oudy fragrances do have that effect on me. What this does is it gives some richness, some darkness, some maturity to the LAYTON DNA. LAYTON is one of those sweet fragrances that is not overly playful or youthful. It's sort of like perfect for everyone in every situation unless it's summer, in my very biased opinion, because I love LAYTON. But this one adds a complexity, a richness, a darkness, and something I think that a lot of kind of, fragrance community people are really going to appreciate, but it doesn't go over into that territory of being, funky or, nasty. But here's a difference that I'm wondering if this one has from the original, from LAYTON EXCLUSIF. I remember with LAYTON EXCLUSIF, the LAYTON DNA almost completely taking over the fragrance within an hour or so, so that the other darker notes were very faint. It could be because I only wore it once, and it could be because it's been probably 6 months, But in this one, those darker notes hang on. And what it does is it gives a very slightly oudy, kind of leathery vibe that settles into the Layton DNA and sort of remains neck and neck with that sweet Layton DNA for the rest of the wearing. Now, I wore it last night for about 4 or 5 hours before bed. I've got it on today, so this isn't a full review. It's more of a glorified first impressions. But what I can tell you so far is I am very impressed. I'm really looking forward to spending some time with this one. It's good quality. Again, those kind of notes. You start experimenting with oud and castoreum and that kind of thing, you could totally destroy a good fragrance. But this one, I think they did it really well. It is very different from Layton in that it's not redundant. There's definitely enough of a difference with that darkness and the texture of those notes to set it apart from the original Layton DNA. But if you like Layton and you've been experimenting with fragrances for a while and you don't mind some darker, deeper, woodier notes with even a little bit of an animalic leather kind of vibe, even though it's not leather, then you might want to check this out. I got this, I think, for $43 on eBay. Maybe it was $45. That included shipping. But this is Anaqeed by Fragrance World. Let me know if you've tried it. What do you think? What do you think of the actual LAYTON exclusive? I'd love to hear from you. And remember to like, and if you haven't subbed, come on in and join the family. I'm Justin. This is Sillage Scents.